Good afternoon. This is MemphisWeather.net meteorologist Erik Proseus. It's Saturday afternoon, 1:30 p.m., and bringing you a short video forecast discussion this afternoon that we'll place on our blog to give you kind of the updated details that we're looking at for mainly for the potential for severe weather on Tuesday, but we'll walk through the next couple of spring-like days here as well. Spend a little more time though on Tuesday, give you a decent handle on maybe what we're expecting with that system that's coming through. A pretty potent system that we're going to expect to come through the area on Tuesday. We will start off though with today. First of all, it is 66 degrees as I record this afternoon. That's about 15 degrees above normal for this time of year, and we got a couple more degrees to go. A couple of places around may see 70 degrees this afternoon as those south winds push warm, moist air up. Actually, not necessarily moist air, a little bit moister than we've had the last few days, but definitely warm air up out of the south, and plenty of sunshine this afternoon as well. So it's definitely going to be a very nice day to be outside this afternoon, and that's going to continue tomorrow. We'll see more clouds tomorrow, but temperatures will still rise at least as high as they are today, if not a little bit warmer. I'm going to take you through what the surface map looks like for the next couple of days here as we see what's causing us to get this nice warm air this weekend. First of all, big high pressure sitting off to the east over the eastern Atlantic seaboard into the western Atlantic Ocean. That is this morning's surface map, and you see a warm front up to our north, so we're getting southerly winds behind that warm front and getting that warm air in here. As we move ahead, I'm going to go over into the overnight hours tonight. You see the high pressure moves off of the eastern seaboard, and that warm front moves up to our north, still stuck in a good southerly flow of air around midnight tonight. So temperatures are going to be pretty mild overnight tonight. In fact, warm. This morning's were mild with lows only in the mid to upper 40s. We'll see lows tonight back up into the 50s. And that will continue into tomorrow with the warm air. By tomorrow morning, we could see a few little showers popping up around the area, which is not all that unusual when we get this very warm, increasing moisture ahead of a low pressure system that's moving towards the area this time of year. Not unusual at all to get a few showers to pop up. So don't be surprised if you see a little drizzle or a few showers as you head off for your run in the morning or head out to church. It's quite possible, but it's not going to be any sort of rainouts or anything. And that will continue into the midday hours as we get this cold front that starts to push a little bit closer to us by the end of the day. A few isolated showers around the area. I think we'll actually see better chances as we head into tomorrow night. We got a 30 to 40% chance of showers overnight on Sunday night as that front moves right through. This is 6 a.m. Monday, so that front will be pushing all of those all the few showers that we get off to our east by Monday morning. Could be still a lingering shower around as you head the kids off back to school on Monday morning. But most of the day looks like it's going to be dry. Now this front is going to come through. Now this is not the weather system that is bringing us all of our chances of severe weather on Tuesday. This is just a kind of a precursor, an early front that's going to come through. But you'll see back here to the west, a lot of snow out over the western U.S. out over the Rockies with low pressure anchored over the Four Corners region. This is the system we're going to be watching as we head into the day on Tuesday. So as we go forward a little bit more here, you'll see that by the end of the day, Monday, about 6 p.m., that low pressure's moved well off into the mid-Atlantic, and the cold front that drug out just to our south is starting to return back as a warm front as this low pressure system ejects out of the Rockies and into the front range. We're going to start to see warm front lift back to the north ahead of that low, and we'll get back into the warm sector pretty quickly ahead of this approaching and developing, strengthening low pressure system as it moves out into the western plains. That is going to mean that as we head into Tuesday morning, you see that low gets stronger, the warm front lifts to our north, so we will see, very likely see some showers again overnight Monday night, maybe even a isolated thunderstorm. Don't think we're going to see any severe weather, certainly early in the day on Tuesday. But we'll definitely get back into the warm sector, so it will warm up very quickly again as we head into Tuesday. And then you'll see by Wednesday morning now, that low pressure system moves from basically the western plains all the way up to northern Michigan by Wednesday morning in about 24 hours, and it strengthens as it goes and pulls that cold front through the region, and we're going to look at this a little bit more closely in a minute. But as that system moves off to our east by the end of the day Tuesday into Tuesday night, we're going to be firmly entrenched under high pressure as we move farther out into the forecast. It looks like the rest of the week actually looks pretty good as we head towards the end of the week. It'll be much cooler, but definitely quieter weather-wise. Let's take a look at what the Storm Prediction Center has for us and this is for Monday into Monday night. And actually, this area that they've outlined for potential severe weather is going to be during the night, Monday night. You'll see areas from Memphis south and west across southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana in a marginal risk. That's Category 1 out of the 5-point scale. Very low risk with that. In fact, there are some of the models indicating there may not even be much in the way of thunder at all. But this would be early Tuesday morning before 6 a.m. For the potential for a couple of thunderstorms maybe to start breaking out as that warm front lifts up to the north, getting back into the warm sector ahead of the low pressure system that'll be moving into the plains. So this region could get a little bit of thunder, not really much in the way of severe weather. Moving on to the Tuesday time frame, and I'm going to pause it right there. So this is what the Storm Prediction Center has for Tuesday during the day. You'll see the highest risk for severe weather is from western Kentucky to the western half of Tennessee, far eastern Arkansas, the northern half of Mississippi, and northwest Alabama. Areas surrounding that have a slightly lower risk. We have been in this 15% risk area, which is roughly equivalent to a slight risk since I believe Wednesday of this week. And as of today, they have upgraded the area. Actually, as of yesterday, they have upgraded the area within the Mid-South, especially the eastern portions of the Mid-South, West Tennessee, North Mississippi, to a 30% risk, and that is roughly equivalent to a moderate risk zone, although they don't issue the slight and moderate risks out past day 3, but that's basically what that is. And what that means is that there's a 30% chance that severe weather could occur within 25 miles of any point within this area, including the city of Memphis. So a 30% chance of severe weather within 25 miles of Memphis, or basically within a county of you. So that is the risk zone that has been highlighted for Tuesday, and I want to take you through what one of the models is showing. This is the latest run of the GFS model, which is the American-made model that we have been looking at for the last few days. I've also been comparing this to the European version of this model, the Canadian version, and we're just now starting to get into some of the more mesoscale modeling that is available out to Tuesday. Those models typically only go out 3 days, so we're just getting into the time frame that covers Tuesday now. And all of these are starting to come together on at least some of the bigger points. The finer points still have to be worked out. Of course, this is just Saturday. We're talking about 3 days from now. So there's a lot of details to be ironed out. But starting off middle of this week, we were looking at during the day Tuesday, particularly in the afternoon hours, was the potential. As we got towards Thursday and Friday, it looked like that potential may be shifting towards the early part of the day, maybe Tuesday morning. As of today, things are back kind of where they started. And once again, we're looking at the PM hours, especially during the afternoon here in the Memphis Metro, for the potential for severe weather on Tuesday. Let's walk through this. This is the GFS model valid Sunday morning. And so first of all, we have the low pressure and cold front right through this area across the central plains that's going to be moving through Sunday night. So that is our first system. But back here over the southwestern U.S., you see low pressure down over southern Nevada. This is the system that's going to develop as it hits and moves into the Rockies, and then eject out of the Rockies and right up into the plains area and bring us that chance of severe weather. So a couple of different systems to keep our eye on as I move through here. So this is moving through the day on Sunday, and we are now at 6 p.m. Sunday. Here is the cold front right through this area, kind of where these lines of equal pressure, which are called isobars, kind of V. There's a cold front right basically at the tips of those V's. So right through that area, low pressure over Arkansas. You don't see much in the way of precipitation as of 6 p.m. Monday here on the GFS model. Looking back west, you see that this low pressure system is developing back over the desert southwest. Moving this forward, there is midnight and there is 6 a.m. Monday, so the cold front has moved off to the east. A few showers possible around the area, but not much in the way of precipitation. Here is that low pressure system that has rapidly strengthened as it moves into the Four Corners area by Monday morning. You see quite a bit of snow is going to be falling out over the Rockies on Monday as that system starts to wind up, and it's going to get ready to move out into the plains. We'll fast forward this just a little bit, and here we are at the end of the day Monday. A lull over the Mid-South, but you'll see that the the isobars here, or lines of equal pressure, are parallel kind of north-south over the region, which means that we now have a southerly wind returning by the end of the day Monday. That's going to start to prime our pump as far as moisture is concerned for this system coming out of the Rockies. And there's the low moving into the Texas-Oklahoma panhandles. And that's going to continue to develop, and by Tuesday morning you see that it is over eastern Kansas. We're still in these lines of pressure here. Isobars are very tightly packed together, which means the winds are going to be blowing quite strongly Tuesday morning straight out of the south. We're getting all that moisture coming straight out of the Gulf of Mexico right into the mid-south here, so moisture is not going to be an issue, at least as far as the surface moisture is concerned. You'll also see that there's an area of heavy snow that is depicted on the northwestern side of this low pressure system, and so these areas from the Front Range across northern Kansas through maybe the Omaha region up towards Des Moines, by Tuesday morning, an area of heavy snow. So if you're traveling that direction, you'll want to keep that in mind. Here is midday Tuesday, the low pressure center over north central Missouri, and the heavier snow is moving across Iowa back into eastern Nebraska, and you see the leading edge of some of this precipitation now is moving into the mid-south. This is as of noon on Tuesday if this model verifies, and again, this is still about 3 days out. As of 6 p.m. on Tuesday, the kind of the back edge of the precipitation is just to our west. This is the area of greatest concern for severe weather. From the northern part of Mississippi across West Tennessee, western Kentucky, a lot of parameters starting to come together. We have strong wind, as we would expect this time of year. The wind shear is high. The question mark is this in January always tends to be with instability, which is the amount of unstable air that we have in place, and that's measured by dew points as well as temperatures aloft and how cold the air is aloft. And it does look like, especially as we get into the afternoon, if the system comes through in the afternoon, we will get some heating going on during the day. We'll be in the mid 60s at least, if not pushing 70. And that will mean very warm air near the ground, colder air aloft, and so that fuels that instability as well. So instability could be sufficient as well for the thunderstorms to get going. Now, as far as types of severe weather that we might expect with this, most likely what we would see is a squall line moving through the area with the potential for damaging winds during the afternoon hours. We could see some hail with that as well. Hail is a slightly lesser concern, and not zero concern. There is also the possibility that we could see a couple of tornadoes out of this system as well. We cannot rule that out. Wind shear is definitely favorable for that. And so we're going to need to keep an eye on that. If we get mainly just a squall line coming through, any tornadoes that might occur in something like that would be brief, and typically are fairly weak. Although a weak tornado is still 80 to 100 mile an hour winds. I wouldn't mess around with those things, but they are a little bit more difficult to detect beforehand and give a whole lot of lead time on. So it's one of those we could get a quick spin up in the squall line moving through. If we happen to get isolated severe storms out ahead of a squall line, those would pose a slightly higher risk for tornadoes. We don't know exactly how that's going to play out yet for Tuesday, but we'll just have you stay tuned, and we'll let you know that information as soon as we start to get a little bit better confidence in it. But for now, plan on Tuesday afternoon being a time period to make sure that you know what your severe weather action plan is. Be prepared to use it if you need to, and of course, stay tuned to your local sources of information. As I said, the timing on this has changed back and then forth the last couple of days. It could change again since we're still 3 days out. So don't take this forecast and expect on Tuesday it's exactly what's going to happen. As you'll see as we go into Tuesday night, system moves off to the east, exits fairly rapidly as this low pressure system really cranks up over the Great Lakes. A lot of wind, a lot of rain on the southern side of it, and of course the snow on the northern side of it. But you see behind it high pressure over the entire western U.S., and that's going to be building in behind this system. We look to have good weather but cooler as we head towards the end of the week. So let's take a quick look at the forecast for today. We've got a high of 69 degrees, mostly sunny, south winds 20 gusting to 30. For tomorrow, we'll top out near 70. Slight chance of showers. Those could be a few around in the morning, and then perhaps again a few as we head towards the evening hours as that cold front gets closer. It'll be another windy day, but it'll be warm as you head off in the morning with a low of 57. That front moves through on Sunday night with a chance of showers, 40%, the wind shift to the northwest, and the temperatures drop to around 50 by Monday morning. Partly sunny, could see a shower lingering on Monday morning, but most of the day just partly sunny. A little bit cooler, but still very, very comfortable for this time of year. 63 for the afternoon high. And then as we head into the extended outlook, you'll see that on Tuesday we do have thunderstorms likely. A few of those could be severe. Right now we're targeting the afternoon hours. Some heavy rain also possible. Temperatures in the upper 60s for your afternoon highs. You'll see as we head into the rest of the week, mostly sunny skies, but those temperatures drop back down into the mid 50s, the mid 40s to near 50. Lows back to near or below freezing by Thursday morning, so that high pressure that builds in is much cooler than what we've had here the last couple of days. Closing remarks is just to make sure that you stay in touch with your trusted local weather sources. Don't buy into hype. Just take the information and plan on what you may do in case of severe weather. We will provide more details as we get closer through multiple means, both our Facebook and Twitter channels as well as on our blog. Watch the forecast here on MemphisWeather.net. Download our apps. Make sure you've got the latest conditions, the forecast, our Twitter feed, radar, all of that is embedded within the app. It is well worth the 99 cents that you'll pay for that. So make sure that you get that as well, and we will bring you further updates later on as they are warranted. For MemphisWeather.net, I'm meteorologist Erik Proseus.